Hi, everyone. Just a couple of quick audio notes on this one. Jeff's audio track and the game track got merged together, so I dealt with that as best I could. And you'll be able to tell very quickly, but I was recovering from a sickness while we were recording this, and so my voice is cracking in various areas. All right. Hello, everyone. And let's take a look at Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. This is Corey, once again joined by Jeff from the Jeff and David Show.
It's me. Hello. I went Eiyuden in my head. I guess I didn't. I've only played this for about an hour. Do they actually say it out loud? Or
No,
okay.
or at least not in anything
Not
I've
yet.
encountered
Okay.
just yet. So, what I kind of wanted to do for this is, so I put in a couple of hours, as you can see, and the game introduces some concepts that I feel that a lot of people might want to know about, but it doesn't get to them until 6 hours in.
Like me,
So I figured,
I
yeah.
asked. I asked Corey. This is a pretty traditional JRPG. There's lots of other really long games going on, and played it for about an hour and a half, and it was very much just auto battle, walk through this dungeon, here's some fun party banter, but like nothing. There was nothing particularly like unique. Not that it has to be, but like game systems were, they had not come online apparently.
Yeah, they hold back a little bit, and I feel that the game would have been kind of better served if they had put them a little bit more front and center. But let's just go ahead and take a look at least one of them right now. So this is, like I said, 5.5 hours into the game. I'm going to assume that you've at least done the demo. So resting protag face boy here. He has undergone the requisite burning of the village, and well, war were declared. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to be skipping because they talk a lot, and it doesn't matter.
Yep.
That's fair.
Good to go.
I didn't hate the voice
We'll win
acting.
today.
I like the
No matter what.
other characters you got stuck with in the opening.
Yeah.
No, Noah is
Voice acting is good.
Keep your
Noah
head
is
down the clouds.
let's see. I described him
We're
as
looking at
a
long battle here.
aloof, lawful good himbo orphan protagonist.
Those imps don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Come on.
And the other reason I'm sort of skipping story stuff is because
Defend your positions at
there's a
all
lot of it to
costs
get
and
through
step
to
lively.
show
Though we face
kind of
just
these
the one
parts, so
legion,
we're just going to do this.
sloppiness
All right.
will
But this
kill
is the sort of first new-ish thing
We
that it
gotta stop those
introduces.
damn imps here and now.
War.
Don't let them set one foot inside the walls.
Okay, so like more of a strategy game. I would assume.
Yeah, at least a little bit. There's not much to this
Maybe a
first
total
one
war?
because it's trying to
There
ease you
it
into it, of
is.
course.
The tiny nation that dared bare its fangs at the Empire. But
At the
even runt of
Empire.
bitter must be brought
Just
to
capital E Empire.
Chaldeans, advance!
Yes. I will teach them to defy my empire.
Fight bravely. All of you.
In the name of her ladyship!
Yeah. Oh no, it's turned into a mobile game. Do you have to? You can only
A
you can
little
only
bit,
you
yeah.
can only spend 3 energy, and then you have to go spend gems at the shop to get an energy refill. But it doesn't give it to you right away. It's actually a stamina slot machine where you can get up to 3 energy refilled at once.
Now, not quite that
Okay,
bad.
all right, very good.
But you do have, so basically, one of the, let's see if I can get to, oh yeah, details. So, yeah, basically, you get passives for, like, having actual units inside of your party. Like, this Francesca person is one person that I've recruited Mellory to. So, like, the kind of the question I had coming into the game was, all right, you got 100 characters, but realistically, what do you really do with them once you get like your kind of set 6?
Yeah.
This is at least one of the answers.
This is also the for those that didn't already know, it's the spiritual successor to Suikoden. a JRPG series that I have not really a lot of familiarity with. I played Suikoden 3, I think, for 5 hours 20 years ago. I don't remember anything about it other than the 108 Stars of Destiny gimmick. So lots and lots of characters. They saw Chrono Cross and said, hold my beer."
Yeah. So my familiarity with Suikoden is kind of similar, although, I mean, I had one friend who would constantly go on about it and never actually played it myself, so a little bit less than you.
Pass.
Yeah, what he said.
So yeah, here's where it turns into kind of an auto-battler sort of situation.
They seem to be retreating.
Heroically killed in
Is anybody
glorious
hurt?
battle.
Yeah, once again reminding me of, gosh, we talked about it last time. Not Lost Odyssey, the other JRPG they made for the 360 back in the day.
I'm going to say the same thing I said last time, which was incorrect, which was Blue Dragon. That wasn't the answer. Last Remnant, I think, was the answer.
Last Remnant.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, and again, just like last time, I will say that's what I described in Blue Dragon, but that was not correct.
Okay. Time is a flat circle. This is how it
yes.
goes.
Yes, Rival Face Boy is also part of this on the opposing faction. Surprise, surprise.
Oh,
She was,
so sad.
I mean, the rune tank was having a bad morning.
About time the Kessling boy arrived. Though the Duke's favors him, he will stay out of my way if he holds even a lick of sense in his head.
All right, now we can actually do this.
Look at that! They're coming our way!
You're gonna pay for every one of your pathetic lies. Attack!
You chose to harbor the criminals who
I will
raided
also
our
say
lands.
the
We've every
combat
right to
hasn't
seek
changed
justice.
much, or the standard combat, I should say, hasn't changed much for where I am versus where it was before. It's still a lot of hitting the auto battler because that's pretty much enough. But kind of the customization and the character depth has started opening up at least a little bit. I've been able to equip a couple of different runes that give characters different abilities. It looks like
They're retreating.
even leveling up characters to use different runes enables like different like types of runes and characteristics depending upon sort of the individual character's focus. Like the casters open up a slot for a caster style rune. The fighters open up a slot that just gives them a stat bonus, or it might give them another technique, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I only went through the intro dungeon, which at the end of the dungeon, they start introducing actual abilities like the team-up attacks, where it was like, oh, finally I can one-shot things. I found the first boss oddly difficult because it seemed like
Yeah.
it always went first, and you couldn't really do anything besides just hit the fight command and then hope that it didn't randomly pick to hit the same character 2 times in a row, which would kill them.
Lieutenant, are you?
I'm fine. Get ready.
I will not say that that problem goes away,
Okay.
because it doesn't.
Glory of the Empire!
I've found ways to kind of like minimize the damage from that a little bit. Essentially figuring out who needs to go in the front, who goes in the rear. Which has to deal with like each character has like either short, medium, or long range rated as their attacks. One of the annoying things is like by default it puts a character with short range into your back row if you don't change it, which means that they can't hit anybody.
It is a little weird.
So they're just, yeah, it's useless for like the melee fighters, but it's mostly for like your heavy hitting samurai sword wielders. Let's see. Let's see. He's just gonna go that way.
I say there are some unicorn overlord vibes
Enemies?
here.
You're just a stain on my sword.
Yep. Oh, that is
So he
Todd
is,
Habercorn, Drifter, Natsu from Fairy Tail, etc., etc., etc. He's the kind of first character that I've found outside of the main characters.
Okay, so like the first optional one, maybe.
Yeah, although he's not really that optional. Like, the game tells you it's like, oh hey, recruit 3 people, but it doesn't really care what 3 people you get. He's just the easiest one because you literally walk into a bar and Noah's like, hi, I'm the protagonist. Would you like to help me?
All right, flips a coin, comes up taken.
Yeah. Do. Come on, fellas.
It's because you hope
Go ahead and retreat.
I hope you bring a sword. That's the
Did it.
thing.
We got them.
So, I was doing a setup.
All on the field.
Why do these insects simply refuse to be squashed?
Because we're stronger than you.
Too bad for you. We're the most
what the health bar
stubborn
said.
pack of fighters you'll ever face. We just need to hold out a little longer.
Poor horse died halfway up the ramp.
Fight for our
Kind
friends.
of floating there.
In our
Just floating in
homes.
space.
Yeah.
And you.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Of all the fool...
Yeah, that is kind of a like a recurring thing
General Chapel
on this one. I find myself looking at. I'm like, this
I know.
not exactly a graphical powerhouse. I mean, I understand it's going for the Suikoden
Regroup and
look,
crush
but
It's got there's a lot of sprites.
yeah.
Maybe in another lifetime.
We did it! The enemy is retreating! Well, now, I'd say we've all earned a spot of rest.
Yay, we won.
And with that, the trap is sprung.
Bum bum bum.
Or
What?
did we?
Twist.
It can't be.
So I'm gonna skip this part,
Impossible.
but the bad guy has done the smart thing of, hey, I have a much bigger army than you. Why don't I just throw them at you?
In the entire army. Okay.
War isn't.
I suppose there's not a
Indeed.
lot of them just making camp outside the castle walls and starving people to death.
Nope,
Okay.
they are invading right now.
Okay.
And going to actually, let's see.
There's
There is
another choice.
one more mechanic.
Another
this
choice they made, which I am not totally convinced about, is the banter in the lower right corner. It is very hard to read, and it goes by all the time. So I'm not really
Yeah.
entirely sure
And-
what the point of it was.
It also, sometimes I notice that it gets behind, like it's no longer relevant
Okay.
half the time. So
Mm-hmm.
I am skipping over stuff where he is basically setting up for doing the setup of later stuff.
For love and friendship.
Just got a fresh read from the winds.
Oh, wait, not him. Okay, so there's one more mechanic in this section that I want to get to. Hopefully there won't be. I think there's like 4 or 5 fights on the way there. We'll try and get through those as quick as possible, but I might wind up just cutting this part out.
Let's do this.
Uh,
Oh, they got
Well,
yeah,
the,
like I said, I'm not going to say that the
the-
problem goes away because it doesn't.
the enemies decided to do the smart thing and focus fire, which means that you just die.
Oh, I have also realized that I've allowed the AI to do the thing I just talked about by putting a short-range fighter in the back row where they can't do anything.
Is that Mio in the back?
That is indeed Mio in the
Okay.
back.
I mean, she hasn't learned Dimension Cut yet to to attack from a distance
No,
with the katana. All right.
Okay, so do that. All right, that'll be a little bit better.
Any last words? Aim true.
No! I have to take.
Yep. Like, the weird thing is, like, she has armor that's kind of in line with what Noah and Gar have. But she just takes so much more damage and has less health.
E.
Magical rune.
I don't know. I kind of sometimes think it's something that I'm doing wrong, but
I mean, it's possible. I was trying to see if healing spells and items and whatnot would put you further forward in the order, but like I said, in that first boss fight,
nope.
it does not at all ever. The only thing that puts you up in front is using Defend command, which, you know, that's fine. It drags things out, but I don't know. Maybe that's just the way that Suikoden worked, but I do prefer a bit more information, so you can make like a tactical
That's something that they should have fixed.
Yeah. It's like
Ah, here we go.
decision.
So we're going to do
A duo?
combat on the chasm crossing.
No.
Okay.
So be it.
Completely different notes.
Then my duty
Not the
as an
same thing at
Imperial
all.
soldier is clear.
This guy's only got 2 arms.
I am ready.
So yeah, now it does this whole showdown 1v1 me bro thing. Goal of which is to build up a tension meter and then limit break him.
Letting you stop us. Surrender, Noah. This war is already over. Like hell it is. If you continue to resist, I will have to hurt you. That doesn't change a thing.
Saying has a very strong Colonel Mustang
Surrender.
energy.
I swear on my house's honor that you and your friends will be spared.
It's not happening, Sane. And if you're gonna be stubborn about it,
Gloved magic and his snapping.
I got my cinematic attack.
Fine, Noah. If neither of us will bend, then we will fight till the lesser man breaks.
He fought so hard that lyrics started playing. I mean, I'm a fan of Metal Gear with Vengeance, so.
Yeah, I mean, I like how this whole thing works. In fact, my only real complaint is that, and I've only done this fight once before, but it seems like
but you're not getting
this
in
is
my
a you're
way.
supposed to lose fight.
Okay. Always annoying.
Yeah,
My turn.
Try me.
basically because like your HP drains like much faster than Sang's throughout this whole thing.
In the name of House Kessling, I will bring you in line.
Also, I mean, narratively, you lose this fight because this is the
Here
all
I
is
come,
lost
Noah.
Act
Do
1
your worst.
bit.
I'm sorry, Sane, but you're not getting in my way.
Aha, now we'll fight down here.
Now, attack!
What's next?
It's a weird line reading.
Yeah, I think there was some missing context on that one for the actor.
This is the importance of audio direction.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, it isn't. What about your friends up there?
Damn it, Scene.
Must we do this until someone dies?
I made a promise, and I won't stand down.
This
Still
one's
measuring,
scripted,
I see.
obviously, but are there other duels that actually can do something? Because it looks like you just kind of
So,
press counter and then break and then counter and then break and then...
well, I've been keying off of the things that they've been saying, because this is a tutorial duel, yes, but they have them later. That last one I actually just messed up by countering at the same time he was countering, so they both just stood there awkwardly.
Okay.
He's tough.
And it's like they want me to keep on pressing this one. Now, here's the real dumb part. Now you're up here.
They cut out the 3 hours of them winching him up.
You will be treated fairly. House Kessling would never.
What? Who's that?
Someone that wants to go bowling?
It's us somehow getting out of that situation. But we're gonna skip ahead as soon as I can get back to my menu to show one last thing. As soon as it gets back to a playable... There we go. And this is going to involve a little bit of a run, but it's fine. Ignore that location.
You've got
Mm-hmm.
And also that guy. Do-do-do. So this is a little bit later in the game after all of that has shaken down.
The world map defaults to inverted, horizontal, and vertical, by the way. I'm just putting that out there. I have no idea why that is true, but it is true.
I can only assume because the designers are some kind of monsters.
Yeah, that must be it.
Let's do this.
Oh. I also found... so it's not in this one here, but if I were fighting in the original area where I grossly out-leveled everything, it changes the flee option to allow to escape,
We clean right up.
which I half appreciate.
Any opportunity.
Because I'm like, okay, yeah, it should recognize that I'm much stronger than these guys and they mean nothing. But at the same time, they initiated combat, so they gotta die. So I will never hit that
okay.
button. Okay, and as a consequence of running away and surviving, you basically come to this big castle where you start having to kind of build out an army yourself. Complete with, like, you know, renovating the areas, like building things like lumber mills,
Sure.
getting food stores showing up,
Another use
warehouses.
for your optional characters.
Indeed, and we're actually going to talk to the character that makes all of that happen,
Can I help you, perhaps?
Iris, our architect.
Very good.
So yeah, you come in here, you've got a tree, you want to do things like, so
a manager.
like this is me. Yeah, I found the character for this recently, so now I can actually build the food house, and she'll start working it.
A pasturage.
We'll do good work here.
Which, yeah, like after the other combat section, you get a lot of characters, but they are all, like, a lot of the ones that you get are kind of like, oh, well, I can't fight, I can't support, I'm just kind of here for moral support. And you're like, well, what do I use them for? And the answer is in here. You just bring them in here, you dump them off, and you start building out your base. The game does have... It showed that there was more to this than what I can see here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got, like, levels and different tiers of it, but just wanted to show that very briefly in case someone was like, oh, I don't know. It needs a base building element before I really want to get into it.
You know what? There might be someone out there. They might be watching right now. It's also, it is also available on Game Pass. So it is if you have that, it's free. If you don't have it, it's not free.
Indeed. But I figured, like I said, we just put this out for someone who's like, well, I played for 4 hours and it's just kind of, yeah. Is there anything else to it? And the answer is yes.
Yes, kind of.
So
that doesn't. I mean, it still doesn't.
Okay.
I like the character writing fine, but a lot of these styles of games, like the Unicorn Overlord being the other one that comes to mind, is the question is the plot good enough, or is it ultimately just some fun characters and Kingdom fight Empire, Rebels fight Empire, there's a reversal, then you fight the Empire, and then there's a MacGuffin that's like a stand-in for an atomic weapon, and then
I mean,
then you kill God at the end.
130% that.
Is this
of course you kill God,
kill God at the end kind of RPG, or is it just you kill the Overlord at the end?
It's like, okay, I want you to look at that face. Of course he kills God. It's like, what else is he going to do with that much pro-tag energy?
He's trying to decide what he wants to do with his life.
How long you been waiting for that one?
I don't know, about 30 seconds actually. Just this is the kind of this is the quick wit you bring me on for.
Yeah, I guess I can't argue with that.